The journey of penicillin's discovery commenced in 1928 with Alexander Fleming, a professor of bacteriology at St. Mary's Hospital in London. Returning from a holiday, he observed mold growing in one of his Petri dishes containing Staphylococcus bacteria. To his amazement, the mold appeared to hinder the growth of bacteria around it. He named this zone around the mold juice, later identified as penicillin, suggesting that the mold secreted a substance inhibiting bacterial growth. Fleming documented his findings in the British Journal of Experimental Pathology on May 10, 1929, but the article didn't attract much attention. His assistants, Stuart Craddock and Frederick Ridley, proved to be essential. They demonstrated penicillin's solubility in ether, acetone, alcohol, and water, critical information for its isolation. Despite facing the nearly impossible task of purifying penicillin from the mold, it seemed its primary application would be isolating penicillin-insensitive bacteria. In 1939, Howard Florey, Ernst Chain, and colleagues at the Sir William Dunn School of Pathology at Oxford University transformed penicillin from a laboratory curiosity into a life-saving drug. Biochemists Norman Heatley and Edward Abraham played crucial roles in developing methods to cultivate, extract, purify, and store penicillin. The wartime setting made their research challenging, requiring the processing of up to 500 liters of mold filtrate weekly, effectively turning the Oxford laboratory into a penicillin factory. In 1940, Florey conducted experiments demonstrating penicillin's ability to protect mice from deadly streptococci. On February 12, 1941, Albert Alexander became the first human recipient of Oxford penicillin, making a remarkable recovery from a life-threatening infection. Unfortunately, drug supplies ran out, and he succumbed a few days later. Subsequent patients showed better results, prompting plans to make penicillin available for British troops, though wartime conditions hampered industrial production. In June 1941, Florey took penicillin to the U.S. to scale up production. The Department of Agriculture in Peoria, Illinois, optimized penicillin production using deep fermentation tanks and corn-steeped liquor. Mary Hunt's discovery of mold on a rotting cantaloupe melon yielded a strain producing 6 times more penicillin than Fleming's original. As the United States entered World War II, demand for penicillin surged, initially met with reluctance by pharmaceutical companies. About 20 labs, including Schenley Laboratories, produced penicillin for the war effort, with Pfizer playing a pivotal role in mass production. This big achievement gave the honor to be awarded by the Nobel Prize in Physiology, or Medicine to Fleming, Howard Florey, and Ernst Chain in 1945 for their groundbreaking work on the discovery and development of penicillin. By war's end in 1945, penicillin became widely available, and in 1946, it was accessible for public use in the UK, transforming medicine globally and ushering in the age of antibiotics. Although synthesized in 1957, mold cultivation remained the primary means of production. Dorothy Hodgkin's determination of penicillin's chemical structure in 1964 led to semisynthetic penicillin, more potent and effective against a wider range of bacteria, for which she was awarded the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1964. Research into understanding and circumventing antibiotic resistance mechanisms continues to this day.